All right, y'all, we are back here and we got to speak to Jess King in part 1, which was absolutely incredible. By the way. Yeah.
Love
just
her.
A quick recap. I mean, we talked about her journey coming from South Carolina to New York City, from being a professional dancer to how she got to become a Peloton instructor.
And also how she was able to heal her relationship with herself that led her to create this like 3-part process that now she helps share with other members of her community as well. And this episode, we're going to dive really, really deep into the creative process. I am so excited for you guys to hear it. This is Hasta Abajo.
Let's go.
I do not want to leave today without ripping apart your cranium and diving into your little brain, because you have one of the most interesting brains I've ever met in my life. And you said it before, you are an artist, you are a creative. Have you always been this way? As a child, were you like a child that you would consider creative?
Definitely. I expressed through movement, though. I was a gymnast and a dancer, and I was very emotional. I think artists often have EQs. They're very tapped into their emotions, and I wasn't necessarily surrounded by adults who had EQs that knew how to meet me and love me and see me and hear me and acknowledge me. So for that reason, I had a lot of big feelings that I later turned into a lot of rage and resentment and rebellion. And if I didn't have dance and movement to channel that energy through, I definitely would not have survived my life.
Yeah.
Much less like high school or any of that.
What are like elements that you bring into your day-to-day life today? I know that your life lately has gone a little bit crazier, and like we spoke even like a couple of days ago about how you potentially feel like you have departed a little bit more from like your creative expansion. Maybe I'm saying that incorrectly and that's not what you communicated to me, but in the past or even today, when you're trying to stay more in tune with your creative side, or like you want to feel balanced in a way that you have space for creative expression, what do you do in your day-to-day to make sure that you're in that alignment?
I block out the times in my day where I'm going to be creative, whether it's program something, work on a playlist, say that, okay, ideate for Jess King experience or Halloween ride. I have to focus it on work right now. I don't have the luxury to often just be like, what do I want to imagine, fantasize about? No, I have to like actually use it towards the mission and the responsibilities that I have. So it is a daily practice of, and I'll tell you what I believe and how I access mine. So I don't believe that my creativity is like my brain. I think my brain is neurodivergent. It moves around really fast, multiple different directions. I can capture it more easily after a workout, after I've gone through like the chemical process of accessing dopamine. But you can access dopamine, let's say from a medication or so on. It's not the same if I haven't activated my body. So again, we need our minds, obviously, but they work all the time, and most of the time they just talk nonsense. They're pretty useless unless we harness and say, focus on this. Yeah. And when you do that, when you say, hey, brain, focus on this, then you're also focusing your body's attention towards it. And the most important element is your spirit. I believe that all of my best ideas, all of the creativity, all the flow, I'm like always wanting to be in flow state. It's a problem because life is not like that.
Right. Traffic. She's back in traffic.
It's really hard for me.
You're out of it now.
Because when I'm not in flow state, I'm sad. I'm wanting to get back into where everything just like hums and vibrates and flows. But I In the same way that you tell your mind to focus, I call in my spirit by either just dropping into it, finding a moment every morning to say good morning, to say wake up to her, to breathe, to ask what my spirit might need, or say I'm physically exhausted. Monday, it was almost like somebody just took my brain and went like this. I've never been so brain exhausted in my life. That when I get to Wednesday, which is today, I had to say, Spirit, you have to lead. It has to be you. And so I am intentionally aware and leaning into the resources that are me, that I am, that we all are, to intentionally evoke that higher vibration, what I believe to be more, and that is creativity, because it is creation. Anyway, we're getting spiritual, but I am very spiritually oriented.
No, I love that. Were you always able to connect with yourself in that way, or with your spirit in that way?
When I move my body.
If somebody, for example, is like, wow, that really resonated with me, like I want to try to like talk to myself in that way, to connect with myself in that way, or my spirit, like do you have any like recommendations of things that people can do?
How do you learn that too?
Yeah, just journal.
Oh my gosh, I love journaling.
You too. It's journaling. Okay, because
I need to do it.
I want to say it correctly. I am both the observer and the one being observed. I am thinking. I am not my thought.
Yeah.
Okay? The ability to separate the two, especially when it comes to emotions. I am with sadness. Spanish language is much better because it says, yo estoy con. As instead of the English language, which says, I am.
See, I am sad.
I am sad. So there is this complete identification.
That's so true. Wow.
And attachment, which is one of the first places you have to start to peel back. But then when it comes to our thoughts, they really do dictate and demand everything. Thoughts are things. And from a spiritual lens, if you don't like your life on the outside, it's a reflection of what you're believing, what you're listening to yourself say to yourself all day long on the inside. And if that's true, then can I be more intentional and craft and script the life that I want to have? How do you do that? By writing and literally scripting it. Who decides what version in you, what voice in you? Well, it's certainly not going to be the one who's pissed off, and it's certainly not going to be the one who is having a pity party right now. And but that part of me needs attention too, and is allowed to be here. So there is this kind of like dance we do with all the ways that we feel, our mood. Then you have to take into account the weather, the moon. Where are you on your cycle? What did you eat yesterday? It's really hard to be a woman.
Literally.
You're just like,
real.
why do I feel this way? You have to zoom out. Yeah. Because there's a lot impacting that. But then when you become hyper aware of those things and you have that relationship with the voice inside your head, you can acknowledge the thoughts that you're having and then go, damn, that's really not serving me or anyone else or my truth. It's making me feel more like shit. And I always challenge myself to say, you're being a bitch, or like, you are in ego right now. This is your ego. You want to win. You want to be right. You know, and I can recognize when I'll ask myself, what are you afraid of? Where's the fear? And allow myself to answer honestly and be honest with myself. So much of this has to do with integrity of thought. Wow. Like if you don't have integrity to your thoughts, you're fucked. Yeah. You're fucked because there's no one governing that for you. Yeah. So coming back to, okay, let's say you're someone who wants to have integrity to your thought, but like, what's the thought? What should you be thinking? What's the thought? You're going to be really challenged to figure it out when you're triggered in traffic or in a meeting or in real time. But if you've taken the moment in the morning to hear yourself, understand how you might need to care for yourself that day based off of what voiced itself, and then write down, what is your intention? What are the places that you're anchoring in today? You know what? Today, I surrender.
Yeah.
Today, I'm going to breathe first. And it can be super simple, but when you're like, I am aware, the awareness piece is the most important part, because if you don't train your mind to become aware and pay attention to itself, you're not in charge.
Facts. You know, I love a good journaling situation.
I know you do. I need to do it.
So that's kind of like covering like your existence, your day to day, like the way that you carry yourself throughout the world. Going back a little bit to creativity, when you're setting up your space, like let's just say, for example, I want to develop JKE, the idea for AFO, which came from you, like a big, you know, creative project. Like let's say, for example, you do want to have a moment where you're like, what do I want to do today? Or like, what is my next project? What is my next move? How do you clear up your space or like set up your space physically and energetically so that you're in the best position to do so?
My environment is so chaotic and beyond my control. We also just moved, right? So into a halfway renovated house. So what space? What setup? It is an internal landscape that I set up. One thing that matters to me externally, oftentimes if I really have to get something done, I need another person in the room. Something about my ADHD. There is, and I don't want to blame that, but I read that is connected, because I've always asked somebody to be in the room with me or to partner on the project, or just, can you just witness? Can you just I'm going to do a brain dump. Can you just be here, bear witness to it? I've always been that way. And people say, you're needy. I'm like, whatever I do, I need a body in the room. Otherwise, who knows? I'm going to go clean out my junk drawer. Like,
I feel that so much. Right? That's like, wow, like I feel so seen. Like, I just feel really validated at this very moment. And I just want to thank you so much for that.
So for me, it's a body in the room. I don't care if the room's a mess. I don't care what room it is. I don't care if it's a moving car. Even it could be virtual. If I have somebody who's holding the space with me, I have like this incentive to deliver.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So that's like your creative setup then. Obsessed.
Are you Aquarius?
Mm-mm.
Oh, what are you?
Gemini.
Okay.
Oh, I fucking love Geminis. I really, as a Sag, I love a Gemini. Do you have any tips for people who are looking to like set up their own creative space, and like they have a project, they're like, fuck man, like I've been trying to release this project, but I just need to sit down, I need to do it. Like what
I do.
Tips do you have?
Clear out a space next to your laptop that you can roll around on the floor, that you can swing your arms around, that you could shake your body, that you have like just move the coffee table, if you will, like the space of moving the coffee table out of the way. And again, engage your body, whistle, chant, hum, wake up your spirit, like have a space right next to where you're going to do the work, like whether it's your laptop or you're writing notes down, but don't be so bound in your chair. And I know it's so hard, but like if it's not your typing in flow and it's coming out, but you need to, if you ever stop to have to think about something or work through an issue, move your body. Even if it's as simple as like, you know, swinging your arms like I'm doing right now, just to engage more energy and more of your ness. I would just put like a movement space right next to where I'd have to like do the work.
Yeah. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
My last like question on this like topic of, well, not the entire episode has been about creativity essentially, but about this specific section is I've been reading a lot about the new generation and like cringe culture and like people, even people our age, being afraid to do something new because of the perception of social media, because of perception in general. Our lives are way more broadcasted than they were in the past. And for newer generations, it's very difficult for them to come forward with the courage to be like, I was so terrified when I was releasing my song or whatever that I was like, I'm not going to tell you what it is. And you already fucking guessed it, which was the worst for me. And then she was like, that's amazing. That's great. And I was like, oh my God. But I'm like, she's like, relax. You're just doing it, you know? You are living a very creative family, right? Where it's very like normal for you guys to put yourselves out there and to be creative in that way. A lot of people don't, right? So what do you have to say about like cringe culture and like people who are like afraid to do things because of the perception, like I was?
Okay. Let me just offer you a perspective on that perception. The cringe is that your spirit is suffering. The sacrifice is that you're going to suppress your expression in some way. Something, energy in you wants to get out. You want to release a song. You're worried about what people think. Who is your life for? What are you living for? Are you living for other people? Are they breathing? Are they breathing for you?
No.
Are they paying your bills?
No,
bitch. You know, at some point you have to say fuck it and understand that the consequence is far more severe. Okay? Because depression, burnout, all of this is when your spirit has said, I'm out. Your spirit has divorced the mission. You go to work every day, you feel burnout, you can't find the light. Even after you've rested and recovered, you still just don't know who you are anymore. Your spirit has left the building. Your spirit's like, yeah, I'm not into this.
Yeah.
Okay? It's energy. And if it's not expressed, it festers and it contaminates you. We are porous vessels. We must flow. We must cleanse. We must, hopefully your body cleanses every day. We sweat, we release. It's the same thing.
Get that shit out.
Seriously.
If not, it's gonna fester.
Your spirit deserves and will find a way to exist and fight for you. How long do you want to suffer? Surrender to it. That's the risk you take. But the truth is, I'm sure there are people that don't get down with me, like, cool.
Yeah, whatever.
Wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Right.
Seriously.
I am too busy because there is something in me that has to get out.
Yeah.
I have something to do. I have a plan. I have to be creative. I want to be here. I want to have this conversation. I want to go. I want to create my Ricky Martin class. Like, there's shit I want to do.
Yeah.
I don't have time to be worried about the people's perception. It's not my business.
It's not our business.
So talking about creativity and Peloton and fitness instructors, like what you guys do is not only just inspire, motivate, be instructors, but also like curate music, playlists, everything. Like we're on FaceTime calls sometimes and we're talking about like
Meli has helped me make a couple playlists.
Yeah.
She's a good DJ.
That's the best part.
But you also became a DJ.
I did.
So did you go out of your comfort zone, or is there something that like was just calling you and you're like,
Wait.
what?
When I have seen Jess teach class and there's like a song happening, literally a song is happening, she's literally like, I can see her body and she is the music. You know what I mean? Like, you were meant to music.
She
You
is
know?
music.
I say that I'm sound activated.
Yeah, 100%. You're just a musical entity.
I'll even just be like a flat line of a human being inside myself. And then a song comes on, I'm like, oh, hi. I just needed a beat. I love music. I have an opinion about music. And I think anything you have a strong opinion about is a sign that you got energy. Go do something with that. Say something, you know? So what I try to say is, this is what good taste in music sounds like, but anyway.
And she's right.
Yeah. I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to see if I could. Like, DJing and what we do is the same thing. If you create your playlist with
Intention.
the intention of it landing and hitting like
Yeah.
a DJ set,
Yeah.
with that emotional heat map, with that story, you know, with the highs and the lows and just the organization of the sound, which is what electronic music is. So I've always taken the time and care to think of it that way. So this was just a natural extension of it. And the truth is, I don't know shit about the decks yet. Like, I really am just learning the decks. That's one thing. This other piece, I do have my 10,000 hours in of putting music together, taking people on a journey, doing the thing.
1000%.
So I'm still trying to catch up in some ways. However, I have to say that because of what we do now, which is DJ, life coach, Q Fitness, and Sprint at the same time, anytime I've done another job, whether it's a keynote, DJing, I'm like, this is too easy. Is it going well? Is everything okay? I'm not sweating. I feel chill. Like,
Right. Like, wait, I don't have a mic.
yeah. Are we good?
Yeah.
It's confusing
Yeah.
because
It's a lot.
you're not doing like Simon Says at the same time.
I literally just had my 4-year Peloton anniversary. And like, thanks.
Felicidades.
I went to go teach class and like I started, and in the middle of class, I had like a reflection point. I was like, I'm a fucking boss. What we do is so hard.
No,
Like,
truly it is. What you guys
there's
do.
so much happening. There's so much happening, bitch. And that's when everything goes right, because people don't know all the shit that goes wrong that we never talk about. But like, there's shit that goes wrong all the time too.
all the time.
Like in your ear, like producer wise, or what?
No,
what
like
is-
in the studio when there's like live members and stuff. I don't know how many people have puked in classes. Like the water bottles are rolling across the stage. They have to cut to a camera where you can't see it.
Yeah,
These two girls are talking in the front row. Everyone's giving me eyes to tell them to shut up. I'm like, I don't care. I'm just gonna let them do their thing. You know, like it depends.
I live for that though.
I love it.
I
I'm
love live
obsessed.
theater.
Yeah.
If it was so predictable and
Right.
like, obviously I get upset when like the things that are supposed to happen that don't happen. But at the
Right.
same time, like the other day I was doing, and my in-ears went out and I was like, okay.
No
and just
music.
like popped them out.
Yeah.
And music came on in the room and I was like, back in the game.
Cool.
So when I was in Cirque, I want to be clear. It's not Cirque du Soleil. I was in a Franco Dragon. I say it because it's the same
Okay.
thing. Basically, Franco Dragon and the guy that started Cirque, they started together and they didn't get along, so they separated. Okay, so Cirque became its own thing, and Franco Dragon did Celine Dion's A New Day, House of Dancing Water, and he did Le Rêve at the Wynn. Anyway, ballroom dancing in water. It was a water show. I had costume changes underwater.
Oh my god.
Underwater?
I had exits underwater, so I would dance paso doble around a stage, splashing water, jump
Well, I
in,
knew it was
hold
underwater,
my
but-
breath, and
And
wait,
change?
wait for a diver to catch me, to give me a reg, swim me to the edge, change from his reg to one that was on the pool, and then pull myself out under
shit.
tunnels, and then fly out 90
That
feet
is
in the air.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So the amount of things that go wrong,
Oh, underwater?
not even underwater, just even on stage.
Production.
Like I would get off stage and the heel of my shoe would be just
Right, broken.
gone, or
Yeah.
like my tit was out and nobody knew. Just great, but
Yeah.
you just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misconnection, as long as everyone's safe, like you just you keep going.
Right.
And sometimes those moments, like with your cast or your team or whoever you're performing with, when the things do go wrong, and then are the memories. Those are the core
Yeah.
memories.
Yeah, for sure.
Facts.
Wow. Well, actually, it correlates a lot to life, right? Team sports too. Like if you're on a soccer team, whatever. If you're on a team, a lot of shit goes wrong. Let's just say, like in a 90-minute match, it's a way to solve it. You have to improv sometimes or adapt to those things and adapt to challenges. It's very, it correlates a lot to even just everyday life too that people go through. Like shit happens, and it's just how are you going to react and respond.
And naming what is responding, which is intuition. And I think it's important to name the energy in you that rises to the surface to handle and take care of you when shit goes wrong and you don't know what else to do and you're just acting based off your intuition. It's really important to know what a powerful resource we have and why wait for it to have to force itself through when we can turn towards it, talk to it all the time.
Yeah.
Which is why you think I'm a bruja.
You are a fucking bruja though. Like
Because I just
show me your feet. I am wearing my bruja
Speaking of
shoes
feet,
today. My spatula.
Who's the real bruja?
right here. Witches have square toes.
I would love to be one.
You are.
You should walk in the studio like Hocus Pocus. Like
I love that movie.
me too. It's October, by the way.
It is October.
Pocus season.
Spooky
The movie
season.
you have to see though is Witches with Angelica Houston. Then you'll understand the reference to these shoes.
Oh.
And if you haven't seen that, our friendship is on pause.
I'm not sure
until you
if
have-
I think I've seen it because my mom was obsessed with brujas. So like I saw like all the bruja movies.
where they all like take off their wigs and they
Yeah, I
and
think
they
so.
turn the kids to mice.
Yeah.
I have not seen
But I
that.
need to rewatch it because I forget.
Remove your shoes.
Yeah. I need to rewatch it because one thing about me, fun fact, is like I watch a movie and then immediately it leaves my brain. So like we'll watch a movie with Luciano, my husband, and then like he'll reference something from the movie and I'll be like, oh yeah, I don't
Facts.
know. Because I just use it to like dissociate because there's so much happening in my brain that I like.
Yeah.
Do you ever watch movies twice though?
Yeah.
Do you remember those movies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little bit more.
I'm the same.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember my life really, honestly.
Yeah.
Like you
A lot of things I don't remember.
somebody will show up out of nowhere and be like, "Hey, we went to
Yeah.
something together," and I'm like,
Oh.
Nice to see you again.
and they'll be like, "Here's a picture." I'm like, "Yeah, that is me."
Yeah.
But they're like, you're like,
No clue. And my brain's like, "How did I get there? Where did I go when I left?" No, I really don't recall most things. But if I go back and watch things over and over again, which I tend to do,
Yeah.
then then I actually have trouble hearing my own thoughts. I only communicate in birdcage.
LOL.
yeah. So Jess, de arriba hasta abajo, what was the main factor that contributed to your success?
I would, over the last 12 years, I would have to say would be my wife.
Sophia. We love you.
It was never anything in me that I would doubted or wondered, but it's knowing that because of how I'm wired and the way that I move through the world, I require a deep level of nurturing and care and touch and softness as a reminder to be soft, because I just plow through very armored. And so she has just been that person even when I'm like just really ugly. Not aesthetically.
Yeah. Please.
No,
Don't get it
obviously.
twisted.
We're really our worst selves in front of our partners sometimes. And she's loved me through that, which has been so healing. And we're hard people to be with just based off the job alone.
Yeah.
And then you factor in like being Latina, only child, redhead, Gemini, like
Bruja.
like all the other parts of me. Then you're like, that's intense to commit to.
Shout out Sophia, we love you
know,
here at Hasta Abajo. Okay, so we have our last section, which is Hágame Famosa, which
Yes.
essentially is Hágame Famosa, something that you say in football when they give you an assist and then you score a goal
Right.
because they make you famous. So since we have you here, I want to know like what is like your music tea right now? Like what are you listening to? What do people need to get on?
I mean, I think really anything coming out of the UK right now, like UK pop, UK hip hop, UK garage is back. Like, yes, I'm feeling so much of what's coming out of like Ray, like her new album. Like I just can't stop.
Yeah.
I just can't stop with her new album. What am I listening to right now?
I mean, that's a nice general direction.
Yeah, I would just type in like UK garage.
Garage.
Jungle Beats, Jungle Beats. Yo, the new Fred again though. Holy shit. The new Fred again.
I need to dive in.
I pulled over. I pulled over. I was driving. I was like, I have to pull over.
Shit, you know when you have to pull over. It's a big deal.
I wanted to turn it up so that my hairs would go like this.
But it doesn't go loud enough.
In my car, maybe?
Oh, really?
Also, mad respect, like, hashtag safety first.
Yeah. That's a para responsable.
I'm not sure. When the beat drops, I'm not here. So I was like, I'm going to pull over so I can, like, fill it and then get back to driving. But yeah, the new Fred again goes real hard.
Love. On a personal note, we all know Capaz Merengueton. We've all been listening to it. But anything from Aye Yorgaki, like, has really been hitting for me lately. Una Noche, too. Like, literally their whole album and every single song that they've dropped, like, do they sound relatively similar? Yes. Am I still bumping all of them? Absolutely. Fuck yes.
Yeah, for sure. Ingeniero is another one that
Ingeniero's
I really like. The lyrics are
incredible.
great. Yeah, I love their lyrics. All right, and
What
now
about you?
in the world of women's sports, first off, do you watch women's sports? Do you follow along any team, sport, club, league?
I mean, I pay attention. I'm always rooting and championing women's sports. I love going to women's basketball, women's soccer games.
Yeah.
Right now we watch Baby Shark and and
So real.
I don't know if you've seen, but there's a bunch of compilation videos of just fire engines, just fire trucks answering fire calls and driving to fires. So yep, they're about 8 hours long each, just in case any parents out there.
Perfect.
They're like, we know.
That's so real. Hágame famosa.
No, literally. Well, since you did say women's basketball in the WNBA, we've heard so much about the growth of women's sports, be it soccer, basketball, volleyball, list goes on. But this is what's crazy. On Twitter, it was revealed that ESPN scored the most watched Game 1 of the WNBA Finals presented by YouTube TV in 28 years.
Yes.
Get this, 1.9 million average viewers. It's a 62% increase year after year. And
62% increase year after year?
sorry, like 62 from
Yeah,
before.
okay.
And peaked at 2.5 million people tuning in. That was their peak. So
What was the media spend?
that's a great question. I don't know.
Because we all know that there's eyes on women's sports right now, and because it's an untapped market in this, from a media standpoint, from an advertising standpoint, you have women and men, but women, which we all know is going to be your target demographic if you want to sell anything.
Literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And you know, there's maybe 5% of ad dollars being spent
Yeah.
on women's sports. So I would like to know if people missed the opportunity or if they were on the
A
opportunity.
lot of people are tuning in, I will say.
Yeah,
There's a
pay
lot
attention if you're not, you guys. Women's sports is where it's at.
Absolutely. I mean, it's way more visible. You know, you have media networks buying the rights. And
I'm not every woman, but I'm currently probably buying something as we speak with my phone in my pocket.
truly though.
That's how my Instagram ads.
Is renewing.
Oh, one last thing I want to say. In Miami, we're at the iHeart Fiesta Latina is happening on October 25th. So you guys, if you're in Miami, want to head out to the concert, check it out. You might or may not see a familiar face out there. Well, anyway, Jess, you are love, light, and everything in between. I love you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing your whole ass to this podcast.
Sorry, we don't half-ass anything.
Exactly.
Love that.
Love spending time with you. I feel like we could have talked all day.
Seriously.
But you're an icon.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to have shared this hour with you.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here always. When you started, I kind of felt like, even though I don't date myself, I just feel like I've always been your like big sis or your sister in some way. So for you to be like, come on my show, I was like, oh, well, okay. I'd love to. So yeah.
And I always felt that love from you too. Wait, where can people find you?
Jess King
Yeah.
on Instagram. It used to be Jess King NYC, and now it's just Jess King. So, I don't
You
know,
were able to get that?
Beach.
Okay.
Wow, for real.
I need help. Let's connect because
I mean, I
I have 3 N's.
I have to say,
I have 3 N's after my name. Shit. Literally.
Okay.
Camila Ramon.
Yeah, no, we'll connect.
Okay, perfect.
Figure that out. You can't be doing that.
Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. And
Thank
that
you.
was our episode of Hasta Abajo. Hasta Abajo.
Hey.
Hasta Abajo.
Dale hasta abajo.
Hey. Hasta Abajo is an iHeart women's sports production in partnership with Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment.
For more podcasts, listen to the iHeart Radio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.